Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You are watching The Political Vigilante. A great way to support the show is go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can get all this bonus content from every content creator for only $10 a month. And you get my bonus premium content. You get Ron Placone, The Convo Couch, Nico House, Kim Iverson, Jimmy Dore, and more, all for $10 a month. And you can go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and submit articles like Crafty Geek, who's been supporting the show for quite a while. Thank you, Crafty. I appreciate it. 60% of restaurants have permanently closed due to the pandemic. Data from Yelp suggests businesses are struggling to recover despite some reopening measures. This came out July 23rd. It's a serious thing. We talk about this, what's happening with the economy. They've pumped some money into it. Some restaurants have been able to, depending on their layout and the reopening measures of like here in Los Angeles, you can't seat inside. They tried that and they had to shut it back down. You can, if you have outdoor seating, you can do that. They've, put up barricades and taken away street parking so that the restaurants can set up tables and chairs like on the street and in the sidewalk. Very kind of European. It's really cool. And I've seen some restaurants surviving that way. But some restaurants don't have that kind of configuration. They can't do it, or the takeout business isn't enough. They can only do takeout, and or they're not built for takeout or whatever. And I'm glad I try to support my local businesses in my neighborhood and try to go out to eat once a week, maybe twice a week. I can't go out to eat every day, but I try to support these local businesses because I want them to stay. But some, I don't know. And what happens when the winter comes? Right? Even Southern California, which doesn't have brutal winters, but still it gets 52 degrees and rainy. Who wants to sit outside? I don't know what they're going to do. But even before the winter comes, this is already happening. Remember now, in the CARES Act, $4.25 trillion all went to keep these restaurants open. Oh, no, wait. It went to Wall Street. It went to big business. It went to banks and giant corporations. It didn't help small businesses. There's PPP loans, there's small business. Some of it's forgiven, we don't know. They could have given these businesses all that money, that $4.25 trillion. All of us, the citizens, should have got it. Small businesses should have got it. Small businesses employ more people than anybody. So this is a pretty alarming statistic. The figure is probably higher than the same data for March, where Yelp found 53% of all restaurant closures were indicated as permanent closures. Countrywide data indicates that the most permanent closures have occurred in California, Texas, Florida, and New York. 4 places that have been hit the hardest. As of July 10th, 26,160 restaurants closed in the United States, an increase of 2,179 since June 15th. The review documents an increase in dining at restaurants, but prolonged trends indicate continued financial hardship for businesses amid the pandemic. I've even seen some restaurants go out of business on the same street where the people are putting in. So what's going to happen with all this? What are we going to do? Just keep sending federal agents out? When people are not just protesting Black Lives Matter and not just protesting police brutality and not just protesting wanting federal agents out of their city, they're going to protest because 28 million evictions are looming. They're coming. What are we going to do? This government, especially with Trump, and this is when maybe some of the red state, Trump supporters might wake up to this fact that the federal government is not going to protect them when they lose their homes and businesses, when the sheriff comes to evict them and they say, hell no, and they start protesting and rioting. They're going to send cops and federal governments to you to smash you, and they're going to shoot you with rubber bullets and tear gas, and that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Because that's what this government does. And it's not just Trump. Look, Obama did it with Occupy Wall Street. He let Standing Rock happen. Obama stood there and said, let's see how this plays out. That's a direct quote about Standing Rock. He allowed Tiger Swan, which is a private security firm that was contracted by the United States to operate in Iraq. It brought the same anti-terrorist measures that it used in Iraq against American citizens on American soil because people didn't want contaminated water. Now that pipeline got shut down, so fuck you. You lost. Your pipeline got shut down. 3 pipelines got shut down 2 weeks ago, so, buckle up and suck it on that one. You lost, but look at how this government reacts. Obama let cops and federal agents beat the shit out of people. Bush obviously had no problem with it. Trump loves it. He gets off on it. So you think because you got a MAGA hat that they're not going to come beat the shit out of you? Because let me tell you something. They're coming for your home. They're coming for your business. That's what's going down in America. And you better wake up and get on the right side of this. These Confederate flag waving people that are like, we're going to protect our statues and everything. You are so wrong. You think black people and immigrants are the enemy. Billionaires are the enemy. The fascist police state is the enemy. And this police state government is going to turn on you. Wake up. There's not two parties in this country. There isn't a divide between Republicans and Democrats. There isn't a racial divide. There's racial tensions for sure. But the real divide, this is class war. Fred Hampton, leader of the Black Panther Party in Chicago in the late 1960s, realized that capitalism caused racism. He spoke to a bunch of Southern whites in a neighborhood in Chicago nicknamed Hillbilly Harlem because it was a bunch of Southern whites that immigrated up to Chicago. Many of them, Confederate flag waving, openly, some of them openly racist, Southern gentlemen, South's going to rise again. And they heard what Fred Hampton had to say and they went, wow, he's right. You lost your job because of NAFTA. You blame it all on the Clintons. I don't blame you. The Clintons were pretty awful. But so was Bush, and so is Trump. Trump hasn't brought new jobs. You're delusional if you think he's some hero. But I get it, because I and many others were delusional thinking Obama was going to be the big hero. He doesn't care. Neither party gives a shit about working class people. The Republicans are just a little better at masking it. Because both parties work for the billionaire ruling class. Both parties do. Both parties work for the billionaire ruling class, who many of them have ties to pedophile sex trafficker monster Jeffrey Epstein. The Clintons definitely have ties to that guy. Trump has ties. Trump's ex-wife has ties. Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell, definitely knew about Prince Andrew. The Trumps, the Clintons, they're all friends and they're all detestable human beings that are putting their knee on our necks. Find a picture of a cop with their knee on the neck of a billionaire. Find that. I'd like to see it. Find that. Find the video footage of cops just beating the shit out of a billionaire because a billionaire broke the laws. Find the cops going down to Wall Street and just tear gassing and shooting rubber bullets at all the bankers that let 6 million foreclosures happen back in the housing crisis of 2008, 9, and 10. There's no footage of that because they serve and protect the billionaire ruling class. And you think they're going to serve and protect you because you're white, because you got an American Eagle hat, because you're Second Amendment? Okay. Good luck. 60% of restaurants have already closed. We're only 4 months in this thing. This is going to go on for at least another 6 to 12 months. This shutdown pandemic thing, because the numbers are spiking. The winter's going to come when it's going to spike in the winter. So somewhere, someone's going to come up with some type of therapy for it that's going to minimize it or make you so you don't die. And maybe even someone comes up with a vaccine. Maybe I'm sure those things, they're working desperately to make that happen, but that's at least a year away. And then even if we do get a vaccine and a therapy and we can open everything back up, how long is it going to take to get everybody back in line? And when all these businesses closing and 28 million evictions, which is going to mean bankruptcies and foreclosures, how much money are people going to have to spend anyway when the economy does open back up? Wall Street's got money. Wall Street's got plenty of money. Wake up. This is the only place you get the truth. It's the only place you get the truth. Corporate media is not giving this truth. I am. Like, share, subscribe, support what I do. I'm totally viewer funded. I do not get any money from I don't get money from Merck Pharmaceuticals. I don't get money from Shell Oil. I don't get money from Northrop Grumman. I don't get money from any. I don't get money from T-Mobile. I don't get money from Pepsi. I don't get money from Nike. I don't get money from Amazon. I don't get money from Walmart. None of those assholes buy ad time with me. None of them. So keep supporting what I do so I can keep bringing you the truth. Wake up, white working class Trump supporters. The ruling class is screwing you over too. You're blaming black people and, oh, Antifa. Antifa stands for anti-fascist. So that means anyone that served in World War II, including my two uncles that fought in World War II, that means they were anti-fascist. Every American service member was Antifa. So the DHS, they're fascists. And just because they have, camos and green hats and flags and everything, you think they're on your side? They're not. They're not. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom.
Everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.